Hi, let me tell you a story about a guy whose name is Dondabada, and he wanders the back streets, the Uradori, and he is a lucha libre wrestler, and he is the character that features on the label of Yo-Ho's latest beer, which is called Yo-Ho Brewing Uradori no Dondabada. And this is Japanese craft beer reviews, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this beer, which just came out. It was just released a few days ago by Yo-Ho Brewing, the producer of Yona Yona Ale, among others, and the largest craft beer brewery in Japan. And this beer is made, again, by Yaho, which is has a partial agreement with Kirin, and hence they get great distribution and has allowed them to grow quite a bit. And you may have seen Yona Yona Ale around. They make several others. They make an IPA called Aoni, and they also make another one called Suyobi no Neko, and we'll talk about that in relation to this beer in a second. This is a 6% beer, and it's classified on Rate Beer as a Belgian golden ale. It is, as they call it here, it is a freestyle Belgian golden ale. I think on Rate Beer, actually, it's a Belgian blonde. So 6%, 35 international bittering units. Just came out, and it cost me 294 yen at the store. This is available, as far as I know, only at Lawson stores, Lawson convenience stores in Japan. Okay, so this beer is, as we said, it's a Belgian golden or a Belgian blonde, and it was developed at Yo-Ho by two of their younger brewers. They claim on their website, brewers who are in their 20s and 30s. And is that young? Well, for me, yes, it is, certainly. For you, I don't know. And so these younger brewers decided what they wanted to make, and they call it freestyle because it doesn't really follow the complete characteristics of a golden or blonde ale. It's hopped more to give more aroma than a typical Belgian golden ale, and it has less malt, but also added sugar, and they used dextrose, which is a form of sugar that will ferment completely, 100%. So you don't have residual sweetness whatsoever from that. And so the idea was to get a very dry beer, and on their website they stress a few times that they're looking at something, they were trying to achieve something close to a Chardonnay in wine terms, a Chardonnay sort of character. And well, we will see. But in any case, let's get back to this person, Dondabada. And he is a lucha libre wrestler, and he wanders the back streets or back alleys, which is the Uradori that they mention here. And he has an entire backstory. If you go to the Yo-Ho website, brand site for this beer, you'll read all kinds of things about him. His favorite technique for winning and why he doesn't usually win. And he is 172 centimeters tall, and he weighs 90 kilograms, etc., etc. I'll try to put a link to the story, the backstory, and the brand page for this here as well. And if you are really interested, there is going to be an event on April 7th, and this is 2002, April 7th, 2002. And I'll see if I can get a link to that as well. If not, if I don't have a link, I'm sure you can find it on the Yo-Ho Brewing website. Okay, Dondabada is his name, and according to them, it's also a kind of a jazz scat sound, like donda 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 bada bada bada, and so his name is Dondabada. Does this make sense to you? Well, let's give the beer a try. Okay. Okay, again, it's 6%. and we would call it a Belgian golden or blonde, and 35 international bittering units. Ooh, pouring it out a little bit quickly here. Okay, let's see what we got. It is quite pale straw with a rather frothy, bubbly finger plus of white foam. Completely clear. Absolutely. Some light carbonation rising. And okay, I get some Belgian yeast right away in the aroma, for sure. Maybe a light bit of fruitiness. Yeast is the primary character. White wine, Chardonnay, I suppose a bit, and I'm wondering if they used something like a white wine, a hop to give it a white wine character. They don't specify exactly. But yeah, it's pleasant. It does smell quite Belgian, definitely. Okay, it's rather thin. It does certainly have some grape character, white wine character. I'll give it that. It flattens out pretty quickly. It is kind of dry, as they say, not completely, but not as crisp as I think they were aiming for. Seems a bit mixed up. I don't know. It's not terrible. I would say it's quite drinkable. It does not seem like a golden ale to me very much at all. So I think they were trying to do some kind of comparison with their Suyobi no Neko Wednesday cat beer, but I think that one is probably better. We certainly did a lot of work to create the whole backstory for the beer. I wish the beer was a little bit better. I think I'd probably give this something around a 3.2 maybe. That might be generous. It's not bad. It has some character, but it does seem a little bit mixed and muddled. Well, I think they're planning on making this one of their more regular beers. In any case, you can go to Lawson stores now if you live in Japan, and you can buy this beer. Give it a go and see what you think, okay? And please do subscribe to the channel and tell me what you think about the beer, okay? I do have a playlist of Yo-Ho Breweries beers, and you can check those out as well. Hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.